So what's going on, everyone? How's everyone doing? And today we're going to be talking about J. Cole's new album that just dropped. And this album, for one, it's dope. Like, it's dope. And at first, it got a lot of slack. I was seeing when it first dropped, like, people were saying, oh, this is lame, it's boring, this and that. And for me, I don't let the social media stuff, like, get in the way. So as I was listening to this, like, early in the morning when it first came out, I'm sitting there, like, just playing it. And, like, the first listen, like, the full, like, listen through and everything, I'm sitting there thinking, like, this isn't about J. Cole. Which led me to the last song, like, further confirming that, yeah, this isn't about J. Cole. So I listened to it again, and also I guess this like a post comes out where someone's, like, detailing it a little bit more in certain songs and as to why this isn't about J. Cole and it's about his friend. Which led me to say, okay, what I thought was right. This album, For Your Eyes Only, is pretty much, you know, a tale or a story, a concept album of, you know, two worlds. Mainly looking from J. Cole seeing his friend's perspective and him going through a certain stage of his life. You know, both of them came up the same way. They were close, they were cool, they knew each other's families. J. Cole took his route and his friend took the other route, which led him to him passing away and leaving his daughter and his girl behind, or his wife, whatever she and he were. It's interesting. Literally, I'm looking at the track list. I'm gonna be cheating. Like, the first song, For Whom the Bell Tolls. Now, if I'm not mistaken, that normally, like, refers to death. If I'm not mistaken, which the song even like hints to it, like it's raining, like death is here. You hear the bells ringing, like something's going to happen. That's how the song gets intro to you. The next one is the guy talking about he's immortal. Like, even if he was, there's a line in the song saying even if he was to pass away, he's gonna live on like Scarface. Like how we still talk about Scarface to this day. He's gonna be talked about like that, which is interesting to me because, like, this guy, he's already got it in his head that he's gonna die someday. Next song, Deja Vu, where he goes and he meets a girl in a club, you know, gets the number, and so forth. So they progress a little bit more in the stage. Then he talks about the villain mentality, saying, like, how are they gonna survive this? Like, this mentality that they have, this street mentality. And as we go forth, he talks about She's Mine, which then further talks about the girl he's with that he found at the club, like having the boss go and talk with her. This album is interesting. And then you get into a point where, you know, you hear change. It gives you a look into his life of what's happening with him and his friends, where you hear his friend James passed away at 22 due to the environment that he's in. Like, him and his friends follow. And which leads you into Neighbors, where, you know, of course, the neighbors think he's selling dope. The cops get involved. You know, and he's like, he is. Like, he's telling them he is selling dope. Like, he's very open about it. And this album just gets interesting. Then he makes a song talking about his girl, saying, you know, as well as she treats me, he's treating her like that, or she deserves to be treated like that. Where he says, he uses the term folding clothes as a idea of, like, taking a load off. You know, kicking back, let me fold the clothes for you. You know, just trying to help out. Then the next one leads into him and this girl finally having a kid. Which this song I loved. Like, She's Mine Part 2. It's different. Like, along with this song and Folding Clothes, it's different. I feel like you rarely hear songs like Folding Clothes and She's Mine Part 2. And, like, it draws, like, an image in your head for She's Mine Part 2. And it has you, like, thinking and just, like envisioning this person, like, just holding a baby girl and crying over it, and just, like, having this complete, like, life change in his head, saying that he wants to do better and be better, and, like, he wants to put all this behind him. Like, it's a very interesting song, which then leads you to For Your Eyes Only, a long, like, over 8-minute track. The guy passed away, and in this recording that he left for his daughter, you know, she's hearing this. If he passed away, she's hearing this because he wasn't able to tell her these things while he was alive due to the street life that he was living in. You know, he didn't want that slow money. He wanted that quick money, as you hear in one of the tracks. Like, he wants that fast money. It's overall interesting because then at the end of that For Your Eyes Only, you hear J. Cole giving his side of it. And of course, in this, like, the whole album isn't about J. Cole. Like, it's about his friends. They both had similar lives, just J. Cole chose to take a different path. Like, he took his path and his friend took the streets. Like, they both got the girl at the same time. They had a baby. Similar things happened, just the paths that were taken to maintain the lifestyle that each one of them was trying to attain or make, it didn't work out for the other. And this album is deep. I gotta give it to him. Like, yeah, this album, people say it's boring and stuff like that. True. Yeah, you don't hear like the whole crazy beats or anything like that. Like, of course, you don't hear that. But this album, from start to finish, it's deep. Like, it's very deep, very introspective of this man's life at a certain stage. It's a great concept album. Like, I love the viewpoints and just everything. Like, I can't make a single bad thing. No features on this album. Like, didn't need any. It was great. I can't say this album was bad at all. Overall, great album. I feel like everyone that doesn't like this, you know, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I'll definitely have to put it up there with J. Cole's album. I can't put it like to the bottom of the list of his discography, because this album is great. Like, I would probably say this could be the better one. Of course, you have to let it breathe. I could say this is probably my most favorite so far, but we'll see as time progresses if it still stays at the top list. Because so far, like, of course J. Cole kills it with Born Sinner, Cold World. Like, those projects were dope in their own ways. But this album, in its own respective ways, is amazing. Which then brings me to telling you guys about my top 3 songs, which those would have to be For Your Eyes Only, Immortal, and She's Mine Part 2. All great songs. Like I said, this album was amazing from start to finish. He really takes you on a journey of his friend's life, in this stage of his life where, you know, he's afraid of death in a sense, but he knows he'll live on. It's difficult that, okay, he passed away and he leaves his daughter behind and all the things that he wanted to do and show her and educate her on. And also, let me touch on this album that it does touch on, like, the cops and just overall how the environment is for being black, because there's a line in this which I love. It's like how they fill up the prisons, but like the people don't need to be locked away. They need education. Like, they need to be educated instead of just, you know, putting them in a corner and being like, you can't see the world again. Like, educate people, because that's what the guy felt like he was missing. Like, he felt like he should have been educated, which he would have been able to make better decisions. Is what I got from this album. Overall, flawless album, which leads me to giving this an album rating over 10. I thought it was amazing from start to finish. Like I said, I'm curious. I want to know what people's thoughts are. Does everyone still feel like this album was boring or lame, or like, what were your thoughts? Because I'm really curious. Like I said, this album was dope to me. Probably, so far at this current point, I'll definitely put this album as either top 1 or top 2 of J. Cole's albums. Probably just even throw it just 1, because this has to hit the top over Born Sinner and Cold World. You know, I definitely got to give it to that. Like, dope concept. Tell me your thoughts. I'm curious to know what everyone's thoughts on this album. I will hopefully be having a review for Ab-Soul's album coming in the next few days. I just been busy listening to this, so I couldn't hop onto Ab-Soul. But with that being said, share your thoughts down below. If you're watching us and you haven't subscribed, why haven't you? Hit that subscribe button down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.